sommes à la Collegiate Saint-Pierre.
Here we are in Saint-Pierre-du-Dorat Collegiate Church, standing before this instrument made by Aristide Cavaillé-Coll, a famous 19th century organ maker who built many instruments in France and overseas.
Celui-ci a été acheté.
This one was purchased by a family from Dorat in 1876. What we do know now is that it was built before then, namely because of the way it was built, and that it was a demonstration instrument on display in the Cavaillé-Coll workshop on Rue du Maine. Anyway, one day it was purchased by the Robert family from Dorat, taken apart, then put back together in the Collegiate Church. Its harmony was never finished, which means that this instrument's tuning fork is slightly lower than a regular organ's, 435 instead of 442 for its La note. It is also important to know that it is a registered historical monument. Marie-Claire Alain had it registered back in 1976. She also recorded her first complete works by Bach on this organ. This part here is the central part of the organ. It contains the bellows, part of the organ's mechanism, and several of its pipes located on its first floor. Organs are key and pipe instruments. The pipes require wind. Up until the late 19th century, this wind was supplied by bellows, like old-fashioned forge bellows.
Par des soufflets, autrefois soufflet de forge, et à partir du moment où la fait électricité.
Once electricity was available, centrifugal fans and electric fans were used. Here we are lucky enough to have an organ with hand bellows. Here we have a tracker mechanism, a type of small wooden rods which activate the valves from the keyboard. Individually, this is quite simple. However, since organs often have 2 keyboards and about 30 stops, so 2 times 56 notes, plus the pedal and about 30 more stops, that's a lot of parts. To give you a better grasp, here we have 1,000 pipes. The Notre-Dame de Paris organ has 10,000.
Notre-Dame de Paris a 10 000 tuyaux.
The second extremely important element is the organ's console. You control the entire organ from the console. That is where organ players select their registers, colors and keyboards according to the instrument they'll be playing. Here we have a 24-stop organ with 3 sound levels, 1 for your feet and 2 for your hands. The console has chords with specific names and numbers which match levels of frequency. The smaller the number, the higher the frequency. The higher the number, the deeper the frequency. The 16-foot gives us a very deep sound. The 2 or 1 foot almost gives us an ultrasound.
On va à la limite de l'ultrason. Alors le 16 pieds donne.
The 16-foot makes this sound.
Voilà, et après on peut aller à l'extrême qui va être le 2
The other extreme is the 2-foot, which is much more high-pitched.
Mais ce qui est intéressant, c'est de mélanger les deux.
It's quite interesting to combine both.
Le deuxième clavier qui est ici, qu'on appelle un clavier expressif.
The second keyboard we have here is called an expressive keyboard. There's 1 pedal at the foot of the console to control the volume. You don't have to touch anything. The stops are simply closed in a crate, equipped with a type of flap which you can open and close to control the volume.
Doux ou fort.
The ancestor of the volume button, in fact.
Ce deuxième clavier aussi, il est intéressant.
This second keyboard controls the organ stop details. That's where you'll find the oboe,
ou alors va trouver aussi la voix humaine qui est intéressante.
And even the human voices.
Ou aussi les jeux
And typical 19th century stops invented by Cavaillé-Coll, such as the gamba and the celestial voice.
Le premier clavier.
The first keyboard, the great organ keyboard, is the instrument's most powerful keyboard. That's where you get the depths of the organ, the fullest stops, and the large reeds. A 16/8/4 organ depth sounds like this.
Je peux accoupler les claviers entre eux en plus.
I can associate the keyboards.
Ou le plein jeu.
Or even the full stops.
Ou alors carrément après les anches,
The reeds,
donc les trompettes.
trumpets, and bugles.
Et ce qui en même temps me donne toute la
When they are played all together, it is extremely powerful. The pedal board, which is a third keyboard, is for the bass. It has its own stops, which are played by foot.
avec nos pieds. Et en général, c'est toutes les basses qui sont là.
Generally, all the basses are played here.
Alors on peut avoir des anches aussi,
And
pareil.
sometimes there are reeds as well.
On peut aussi...
You can also associate this pedal board with the other keyboards, giving an even more powerful effect.